All right. I was actually gonna talk about the important thing that I was going to talk about right from the very beginning. Keep in mind, this is during the days before doing the low high act of kindness. But I have a low and a high end act of kindness. But the low is actually something I'm really not interested in talking about in great detail. But the short of it is, I did not watch the debate last night. Now, it really has to do with a combination of several things. The first was I went to bed, pretty relatively after I watched the important thing I was looking forward to watching. So I completely forgot it was on. The other thing is, I actually had a strong suspicion that if I watched it, I probably would have been in the same boat as it. Because here's the thing. I literally just got on my computer this morning to look up stuff, and everyone, and I mean everyone, that's all everyone's talking about is the debate. So, since pretty much everyone's ideas about how the debate last night has been nothing short of unanimous, what am I going to add that's going to be any different? So there's that. Plus, and I've said this before, I am not remotely interested in talking about politics. I'm just not. I'm not an expert on it. I barely have an opinion on things as it is. I mean, heck, the only reason, and I've said what my political party is before. The only reason why I'm a Republican at all is because, honestly, I think elephants are cool. That's really all it boils down to. I mean, yeah, there are some things that I do feel Republicans got right in terms of what their beliefs are, and some things they're wrong about. But honestly, that's honestly what I said honestly way too many times there. That's why I believe in horseshoe theory. Oh, right. For those of you guys who don't know what horseshoe theory is, and actually I think I've explained it before, but, I'll be nice. I'll explain it here. Horseshoe theory is the belief that those who are on the far left and those who are on the far right have more in common with one another than those who are closer to the middle. So let's say, this is my left from my point of view. So my left, my right, a horseshoe kind of looks like this, in a way, kind of. Actually more like, kind of like that, I guess. So it's not the greatest design, but you get the idea. If you notice, the very tops of the horseshoes were, near to the middle than those, on the farther right, which would be near the middle of the horseshoe itself. That's what it means. Now, a part of me does believe that in terms of personality and how strong their beliefs are, that is true. So believe whatever you want to believe, I suppose. But honestly, I don't want to talk about politics when it comes to making videos. I don't. I'm not an expert. I barely have any ideas or opinions on anything whatsoever. I mean, if you do want to talk politics, in a private conversation or something, sure, okay. I can be a little more, elaborate then. But when I'm on camera and if I'm on camera and I actually want to make everyone's days just a little bit better, being thoroughly entertained, the last thing I want to do is talk about anything that's going to make you feel worse or bad. And talking politics, especially regarding what happened last night in terms of the debate. And again, I didn't watch the debate, but everyone's had the unanimous belief that it was just pure horrible. And I don't want to do that to you guys. You're going to be hearing about that throughout the course of your day today and probably the rest of this week. So I refuse to make that worse for you guys. So, I mean, seriously, it's as if, like, when you're a kid and you may have gotten grounded and, like, even though you know you're grounded, you know you're in trouble and you're actually serving your time, like, your parents are constantly reminding you that you're grounded and you're in trouble. Like, yeah, I know I'm grounded. I don't need to hear it anymore. It's exactly like that. I don't want to do that to you guys. So just know that while I didn't outright refuse to watch the debate. Because, again, I really did forget. To be honest, I forgot what channel it was even on. So, yeah. It was more like I forgot it was on and what channel it was on. Plus, again, it was already late. I wanted to go to bed. Especially when I'm coming down with something, I think. And, I want to make sure I get some proper sleep. So, if you have your beliefs or how you feel the debate went, good for you. I'm just not going to do that here. So, yeah, that's my low. My low is that I actually had to talk about this in greater detail than I probably needed to. But with that said, my high was that I got to watch The Weakest Link last night, which I will be talking about in a few minutes. Because, yeah, that's my title of the video, my thoughts on The Weakest Link. But I'll get to that momentarily. And my act of kindness, sure enough, just taking initiative for others, asking to help out, get stuff done, wherever I went, stuff like that. I felt really good about that. So, there you go. Sorry that my low took a lot longer to talk about than it should have been. Good morning and happy hump day, everybody. So, The Weakest Link. All I have to say is, believe it or not, I was going to make the opening of this video be like, what a show! And, yeah, it was fun watching The Weakest Link again. Like, everything I remember about the original show was brought back in full force. It was fun. It was engaging. It was entertaining. The interactions between the contestants were fun. Excuse me. See, I told you I'm down with some. And, I mean, the one thing that absolutely cannot be stated anymore, if I tried, is Jane Lynch as the host was unbelievable. She was absolutely pitch perfect in what she was doing. And, in the promos, and even last night she said, if I do my job right, the game is scarier. Don't worry, Miss Lynch. You made it scarier. I mean, with The Weakest Link back, or really with any game show, there's always that thought like, maybe I could be on the show. I actually don't know if I want to be on The Weakest Link anymore. After what I saw last night, I know that she really is playing up some of that for, the camera and the suspense and the drama. That's fine. In fact, that's honestly what a good game show host is supposed to do. Which, again, Jane Lynch clearly has a knack for. So, I can't really complain. But, in terms of whether or not I want to be on there, it's tough to say. Because, again, this show really is through and through about trivia. Random trivia. At least with a show like Jeopardy, for instance, like you actually have categories of trivia-related questions. Here, these trivia questions are completely random. In fact, you're better off trying to find less random questions at, your local trivia night, your local bar or hangout. That's really what it boils down to. Some questions I actually got right from the very beginning. Some questions that I didn't know that, I kind of wish I did, Honestly, the one question because here's the thing, it's trivia. I'm not going to know anything. No person who's watching this is going to know absolutely everything. Unless you're like legendary Jeopardy champion Ken Jennings. But that guy is the exception to every rule. Anyway, right. So, I'm just watching, like, it's the final round between, I think the names were Angel and Jay. And the final question Jay had to answer was, the islets of Langerhans are located in what part of the body? And it actually is shame. I actually felt kind of bad that I didn't know that right away. Because, again, I graduated with a bachelor's degree in health sciences from Gettysburg College. I really should have known the answer to that. For the record, the islets of Langerhans are located in your pancreas. In case anyone's wondering where that is. Or they are. So, I didn't remember that. But then I actually feel really silly that I forgot what the answer to the final question was. And that is, SCUBA is an acronym. What does the acronym mean? That's pretty much what the question is. And it stands for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. That's what SCUBA means. So Angel ended up winning, and he won I think the final prize amount was like $62,500, which out of a possible million, that's actually not very good. But I mean, $62,000 is still a lot of money. You know, if you're looking to buy a house, that's going to make for a fantastic down payment. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Honestly, you know, when it comes to new shows that I'm watching and, you know, constantly seeing, like, what's, like, awesome, and don't get me wrong, there's been a lot of new shows that have come out over the years, even before I started making videos, that made me ask, I wonder if this is going to be any good. You know what I mean? The best example of this, the best examples have been like The Masked Singer and Amphibia. You know, I was wondering what those shows are going to be like, and, you know, now I talk about them every time they're on, which I will be talking about The Masked Singer tomorrow morning. So, there you go. I also did my One Piece art class tonight. Holy cow. I can't believe I almost forgot to do that. So, I guess I'll get to doing that a little bit later. Other than that, it's nice seeing a show that you actually knew about that was on when you were younger, and now it's back to being at the forefront. And I get the feeling that as long as Jane Lynch is doing the job that she's doing hosting the show, it's going to have a pretty long tenure. Because I think, like, the first time The Weakest Link was on, like, I remember that. I remember the original iteration of The Weakest Link practically coming and going. Seriously, last night's episode of The Weakest Link was basically the creators of the show saying, listen, we got a bum rap the first time we were on. We were not on for remotely as long as we should have been. You know, this is our statement that we're back. We are better than ever. And gosh darn it, we're going to be here to stay. And I think that's ultimately what is going to wind up happening going forward with this new iteration of The Weakest Link. So, Weakest Link, I will not be saying goodbye to you. I can tell you that right now. So there you go. And that's the thing. Like, whenever a contestant was eliminated, like, on the original show, the host like, you are the Weakest Link. Goodbye. Jeez. Crazy motorcyclists out there. Like, you are the Weakest Link. Goodbye. But here, Jane Lynch is like, no nonsense. She's like, you are the Weakest Link. Goodbye. Like, she is like not taking any sass or any nonsense from anyone. And I think that's ultimately what the show needed. Like, yeah, this is an important show. I'm here to take my role as host seriously. Like, yeah, Jane Lynch, you are awesome. I hope you continue doing what you're doing. Meanwhile, I have to plan out how my day's going to go because I get my ARC thoughts in before the end of the month, which is before midnight tonight. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow me on social platforms, notifications, YouTube. I'm very humble to make this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful hump day. And remember, if you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend you and I'll always be back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.